What's going on, everybody? This is Brandon down here at Snake River Fly. I got another fly tying tutorial here for you. This one is a leech pattern. You can tie it in a bunch of different colors, variations, whether you want to do it balanced, jigged or not. This one, we're going kind of classic style. We got one of these 102 number 8s from Moonlit in here. They're Tagata hooks, a little short shank, heavy wire kind of nymph hook. Got a 4mm bead on here. This one's tungsten, of course. These guys also, Moonlit beads, can use the slotted ones as well. But this one is the blinker leech. We're gonna be doing some hippie hackle and elasticore kind of ferruled together, creating this extended body here. With the hippie hackle, it's got a bunch of different colors through it, so you get some cool modeling and cool fade. Adding the elasticore in there as well adds a shorter fiber, gives it just a little more flash in there, and then topped off with that little 0G head or collar. So already got my hook in the vise. We got some 6/0 Semperfli waxed already loaded up, and so we're just going to bring that to the back portion of the hook here, let it hang about where the barb would be. These ones are barbless, and I already have some material prepped here. So this is our mulberry hippie hackle. You can see it's got some dark purples, kind of fuchsia kind of colors, and then some black elasticore. I've cut those two at equal lengths here, and then we're going to go ahead and ferrule these together. So I've got these two kind of lined up, and then we're just going to start twisting these, tightening these things up. That way they'll want to kind of spin on themselves, creating that extended body. Not only extend body right, gives you that durability, cool taper, but then by spinning these together, you get a really durable fly as well. So once we got that spun up there, we're gonna let these spin together like so. Kind of rough those fibers down, get them all tapered the right direction. You can prep these just like the propaganda worm or any of the other ferruled bugs that we do. So we're gonna take and kind of, just like we're tying in like a hackle or something, or some rabbit strips, we're gonna pull the fibers back, creating a tie-in spot. I'm gonna measure out a rough like length or so of the hook shank, and then go ahead and tie that sucker in. So just a couple securing wraps right on top of the shank. Pull this front portion back, stack a couple wraps right in there to help lock that in. And then we're gonna advance our thread all the way up to the bead. We're gonna use this fiber, or this rope that we've created here out the front to make our body now. We're gonna pull those back just like we're wrapping a hackle up. And then preen those fibers back with every wrap to help kind of not trap those down. Wrap that right up behind the bead there. A couple wraps over the top to catch it. Pulling that down, pulling those fibers back, and then stacking a few wraps there, and then we'll cut out our excess. And then before we add our little veil on here, we're just gonna clean up this front end. Gonna come in with some sort of wire brush, something that's a little more aggressive. We're gonna come through and pick this out pretty good. Get any of those fibers that have been trapped down. Make this thing, oh, yep, Larry's vise, there it goes again. Gotta reload the Renzetti there. And once you get that brushed out, give it a little twist. That way it all kind of lays back there. So for our veil that we're gonna be using, we got some zero gravity dub here in Bruise. We're just gonna pull out a small pinch of that. Stack that a few times. We need just a touch more. Get that stacked and even. We're gonna have it all nice and flat here in between my fingers. We're gonna lay that right on top. Come in from behind here, and we're gonna fold that over each side. That way when we bring this wrap around, it should envelop, encapsulate full coverage all the way around that there. Then all that stuff that's leaning out the front, pull that back. And then just hit it with a few securing wraps there. Then we can come in with our whip finisher. Give it a double whip. Trim that out, hit it with some imaginary super glue, and then you're good to go. So on this one here, I like to, at the very end, pull all that fiber forward and then bring it back. That zero gravity not only adds, a little bit of contrast, but it tapers really well into this bug, kind of softens it up and just gives it some extra movement there. Like I said, you can do them jigged. So this is one that we've gotten wet here. Same exact bug, same dubbing and everything. Different colored bead, but you can see that it lays out really nice and flat. Gives you some really cool movement in there and kind of changes that color up, if we're doing verses there. But this hippie hackle comes in, we got browns, grays, pinks, all sorts of different stuff to cover all of your leech categories. The zero gravity dub falls into that as well. But that is the blinker leech. It's very soft, has tons of movement there. So you can find all these materials at snakeriverfly.com. And we do appreciate you watching. If you haven't hit that, the like button, the subscribe, all of that helps us out a ton. So if you would, we would greatly appreciate it. But thanks for watching this tutorial, and happy tying.